Draw with me. This is the first time I'm drawing Thumper. Let's go through the process together.
First thing I see is I'm going to want to draw the body down here. So kind of get your pencil, and if you look at your paper about that size, we want it to be probably about halfway through. So here I am, I'm going to begin drawing. And the first thing I'm going to do is this cheek here. Nice round cheek. And then I'm going to curve it. I'm going to bring it over here. And then over here, I'm going to eventually connect them. I'm going to have this one curved a little bit higher. A little bit fatter too, I think. There we go. And bring it close over here. Again, we're going to do small little marks there. Okay. Next thing I see is a big circle, but it's going to be right here in between. So now from here, I'm going to imagine, if you can see right now, because I'm trying to get it at the right place, I'm not exactly doing this circle as one big line, but rather in tiny little marks. That's important, and it'll help you definitely when you are trying to get that right shape and size. In the middle of that, I'm going to draw almost like I'm drawing another circle, but then I'm going to stop. There we go. As you can see that there's a line that's going from kind of here to there, if you can imagine, because again, we're looking at this at a tilt. I'm also going to imagine that this part is tilted just a little bit. And with that, I'm going to kind of make a big curve. Go about the middle of that circle that we just did. Don't worry, we'll definitely go back and erase. And again, another big curve. And it's kind of, I guess you can say like a lima bean or jelly bean, because it's going to kind of go like that and in. This one again. That and in, kind of a little bit like that. Okay. Now I'm going to get my eraser. Just kind of lighten up these edges here. And I'm going to erase this middle part. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this nose. So this nose is going to kind of right in between there, just very slight. So it's almost like it's like a straight line, but not all the way here. So I just kind of curved a little bit. And then I'm going to also try to bring it in closer to this line, this part right here that connects them. That's why I keep moving this around to kind of eventually get it down there. And then slowly curve it. It's kind of weird how you can almost make that line move or bend to whatever shape you want by using these little tiny quick lines. Okay, so now we have the nose. From here, I'm gonna also add a little bit of a mouth. And then a little part goes out here. And in. And as I look at this picture, I'm kind of thinking I want this one a little bit bigger, but I'm not going to erase the whole thing. I'm just going to extend it a little. There we go. The mouth. And then inside this mouth, we can also add a little bit of a lip. It gets fatter here than some of the other sides, then it goes back up. And he's got one little tooth that kind of goes in there. And mine is definitely smaller than this picture, but that's okay. All right. Now from this white part, I'm also going to kind of bring it up here. Curve that up just a little bit. And from here, there should be this area here. And I'm going to start drawing this eye. So the way to do that is right about here. I'm going to draw a little bit of an oval. Touch the side there. And then the same thing here, except the only difference between these is that there's going to be a little bit more of the head showing on this part. I'm going to erase that one, that way you can see this one pretty clearly. So I'm going to have a little bit of a space between these two. And again, draw a little bit of this brown part here. That'll help me to make that line. So I drew that brown line, and now the space back here. I want it to be about the same. And again, not so close on that one, but okay. It's going to be a bigger eye than the other one. It's because it's going to be a little bit closer. Next, in this picture, I'm going to move on to this little ear. We'll go back to the eyes in a bit. And it goes up. And this one has another line that goes up. And then this one kind of goes out a little bit and curves. And this one kind of does a little bit of a curve right there. And then we just bring that in together right there. I don't know if I like that as much. I think I just want to make that a little bit bigger. But they're the ears. They don't have to be any particular shape. You can have fun with them. This next one kind of goes off, a little tilted. And I think we'll go like this. And then I'm going to lift it up. And then from right here, it's going to look like if I kept going to be a triangle, but I'm not. So I want it to end up right here. So it's going to be really weird, so just stick with me on this one. Skinny. Right here it's going to stop. That doesn't look like an ear, but wait until we see this part. We're going to imagine that this ear went under and add a little pink there. All right, let's go back to the eye. So in this eye, we're going to have two ovals inside as well. But we're not going to draw all of it. So here we go, from here and here. And then I'm going to draw another oval over here, but it's going to be quite a bit bigger. And then an almost oval. Ovalish circle, we'll call it. And if that one's there, we kind of want it same thing here, but just a little bigger. About the same distance. There we go. I don't know, that one still looks a little bit bigger than this other one. Maybe make that one a tiny bit bigger. And the black part inside. She'll call that the pupil, so we'll keep doing that. With a little circle at the bottom. Shade it in. And another part, the little circles at the bottom here. You know what, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna make this part the pupil. It was a mistake, but I already wanted this eye bigger. And then I'll draw that little bit of a line here instead. We can add that. I like those ones better. Okay, better, not bitter. For some coloring here, we're going to simply do a little bit, a super light part of the cheek here. And then again here, super light part of this cheek. Now, did you notice that I have some crazy lines going on here? That's okay, because this is going to be like some fur, so we'll go back to it. So now that we have the ears, add just a little bit of a black line right above it here. It's part of the eye still, just a little bit of a more definition. And now we're going to move on to this furry part here. So this one's going to be kind of straight here. So we're going to start here. And then I'm going to keep going under this part right here. And now it's going to look like a really flat heart. If that makes sense to you. So I'm going to keep bringing it around. Well, that sure looks flat so far. And then bringing them together. Right about here in the middle. Let's draw the arms. From this part right here, I'm going to draw big round heart like that, or around the heart, I guess you can say. From here, it's kind of like I already have a line there, but I want this hand to kind of go around here. And I don't like where I had this one totally connected, so I'm going to erase a little bit of it to make a hand that will end up connecting right here. A little bit higher. And I think I'm going to go with the hand. I'm going to finish drawing the hand. So down here it goes down a little bit lower, then it comes up. Yeah. And then this part will connect to the rest of the body here. It's kind of neat that, especially with pencil and eraser, you're able to easily fix some things that you want to just change in your drawings. The next part, so right under the fur, right about here, I'm going to draw a little bit of a line. And then there's going to be another paw, except a little bit of space. So if this paw's here, I kind of want another one about right here. You can see the two little paws. They're so cute. This is such a cute little picture. And then draw, again, two little lines for the hands. Let's finish up the body. So right here, it's kind of like a backwards D coming from this arm and go about right to here on the arm. Giant letter D, bring it there, backwards D. And then right underneath it, underneath this paw, about a little space between, right here, big curvy line. Look at that, I'm making it kind of fit there. And then, right under this arm, about, I still want this arm out a little bit more. Crazy me with this arm. That's okay. Again, this is the first time that I've drawn Thumper, so I'm talking out what I'm doing with my artwork because I'm hoping that you can get a little sense of doing the same thing as you are looking at things to draw. And learn to see things through shapes and perspectives. I might not always get it right, but at least I'm trying. Okay, so right about here now, I think I fixed it to a point. I want it to kind of just go out a little bit like that. And then I'm going to bring it right here. And I'm going to draw a line that kind of goes up like that. This part's going to kind of look like a water droplet. What I mean by that, if I go up a little bit more to this elbow part, bring it around. Water droplet, right? It totally looks like one. You guys are probably going, yeah, it kind of does. I'm going to connect this part now. Finally, we've got a couple more things. Right about, actually, when I look, it's much closer up here. So ignore that line that I just did. Probably about down to here. A nice fluffy tail. Followed by the foot. The foot right here is going to just have a little bit of a rectangle-ish part there, followed by a line a little bit out. This one actually then goes like this. And just a little bit of the toes. In this picture, I actually don't see the whole foot on that one, so I'm going to just base it on what I see in the other picture because it did get cut off. On this one though, we can see that there is, let's see, closer to the bottom, not all the way. I'm going to draw a part, and then it's going to curve out a little bit down. And then I'm going to also go from here, and I'm going to draw going down. Now I like this shape, but I actually would like this to curve down a little bit sooner. So I'm going to get rid of that part right there. There we go. And finally, a little one there, and a little one there. And I am looking, and the last thing that we need to do is just add a little bit of fur. So I don't know if you guys remember how we were doing make fun noises each time. Last time I think we were saying poof. We could do a little bit more of that even. But right here I'm just gonna add a little hair, a little bit of hair, and a little bit of hair, a little bit of hair. And same thing here. Just get your eraser ever so lightly. A little bit of hair. Hair. And the hair on the hair. Okay. You're probably going, why is she laughing? I don't get it. You know what? I don't either sometimes. Just a little bit of fur. And then finally a little bit on the tail, I think. And there we have our quick sketch of Thumper. I hope that you guys enjoyed your spring break, and I look forward to seeing some of your pictures. What I'm going to start doing is posting the pictures that I get sent to me, and that way we can see a little bit of our art gallery time and see who's been doing some of the artwork and share them with everybody.